Hey guys, welcome back. So this is a little different, right? Okay, and boom. So I think it is completely obvious that I am not a makeup artist by any means. I do not have the kind of talent that makeup artists have. However, as I mentioned before, Halloween is my absolute favorite time of the year. It is for everyone in my house, and just getting this stuff everywhere. And I wanted to try and see if I could create a makeup look that would not only be fast and simple, something that you could do last minute if you're trying to think of a costume idea, and something that would be easy to follow along with, something that would be fairly cheap and easy to do. So you don't have to worry about spending ridiculous amounts of money on these costumes. My husband and I like to dress up just to take our daughter along trick-or-treating. You might see her poking her head in here and there because she's sitting off to the side of me. Now, I'm going to be attempting to do a Jack Skellington look here. I didn't really think about my hair when I was considering doing this. I was just focused on how I was going to do the makeup. So what I did was, to remedy that situation, was just colored my hair white. I did that using a dry shampoo. I would not recommend doing this because, as you can see, if you attempt to touch it or move it around in any way, shape, or form, it flakes everywhere. It's getting all over me here. I'm just wearing a onesie that I bought a year ago in Walmart for $19.99. So fun way to just throw something on that looks like the character you're trying to be, and then you can just paint your face up afterwards. So I'm going to be using this white cream paint that I found for 98 cents at Walmart. How do we focus this sucker? Right there, 98 cents at Walmart. And then I'm just going to be using black eyeliners and black gel liners, you know, whatever liners I have to do the details on my face. I have no idea whether or not this is even going to turn out to look that great. I did attempt this a couple years ago just using pencils on my face, and the result wasn't too bad, but I never ended up wearing it out the house to really get any other opinions, so we'll see. Anywho, enough rambling. I think I've done enough of that, and let's jump straight into this. Okay, so first I'm going to be taking a washable glue stick in purple so I can see what I'm doing and I know when it's dry. I'm not going to say that this particular step is 100% necessary, but just for this purpose I would like to do this. So you just, if you choose to go this route, just take the glue stick, rub it back and forth so it gets in between all the hairs going in each direction. And then in a second we're going to take a spoolie and just kind of comb it down just to make sure they stay pasted to your head. And then when you go to put the cream makeup on top of it, they won't stick out in every direction and just be a pain. Take any spoolie you have and just brush everything in one direction, flat to your head. Sucker down in one direction. I'm going to start using the cream paint to paint my face. So to do that, I'm going to be applying this with this brush here. It's like a foundation brush, but this came with the Moda facial spa kit, so that way I can easily clean it off later. It won't give me any issues. So right now it looks like I have a ski mask on because I wasn't sure how big the eye shape is going to be. So I left that part mainly open so I can go in with the pencil first and then fill in the rest with white once I have a general idea of what's going on in that area. So I'm going to start off at like a point here. I'm just kind of winging it basically. I have no clue what I'm doing. Again, just kind of going with the flow of what I think I can do here. that I basically have the eye shape done, I'm gonna work on filling in the rest of the spaces that don't have white, and then I'm gonna get to adding a couple bits of shading and detail. Quick note, this particular paint, once it dries and you attempt to go over it for another layer, it can start to pick up the paint that's underneath. So I would suggest going in with a pretty thick layer of it and then start to smooth it up pretty quickly, and it won't peel it up as much and you can kind of work over it. For the smaller detailed areas, I think I'm going to just take a brush that I really care nothing about, which is this brush here, like a flat shader that I picked up from BS Mall, which is that like cheapy brush set from Amazon, and I'm gonna use that to go around the more detailed areas. Hopefully I won't ruin everything I have going on here. Okay, so using this Nightingale palette, but really any gray that you have, and a flat shader brush, I'm going to be picking up some gray and I'm going to be doing some shading. For the record, I just tapped a little bit off on a paper towel in front of me. I don't want it too dark, but I do want to put some shading around the eyes just to make them look a little deeper and more inset than they are now. They just look flat. Now, in general, at the top, I don't really have the shape I would have liked. I would have liked more of a teardrop shape, but that's my own oversight. So again, going in, tap it twice on the paper towel, and I'm gonna try to rectify that situation. Coming up, give it a little Nike swoop action, and then go over. So just quickly to go around the edges of the face and give a little dimension there, I'm going to go into the Eva Kotowski Vacation Mode palette from Colourpop that I have, because I want this color here. It's not necessarily black and it's not necessarily purple. It's kind of like a in-between with gray undertones to it, so that way it's not flat black and it's just something that's going to give me a little extra dimension there. So again, tap into the color, tap it off on the paper towel, and kind of just go around the edges and just give it that little like grayed out look going on there. Instead of see just all flat white, we kind of get this gray look around the edges. Alright, so now moving on to the mouth, I am taking the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and we're going to get to this bad boy right here. Okay, so what I'm going to start off doing first is just the center of the mouth. I'm going to keep my mouth closed and then just kind of color in where I would like there to be some darkness. So you're just going to hit the center overall, and then you're going to extend the sides of the mouth and make those long lines. Now we're just going to do lines starting from directly in the center and then going evenly over each side to shape out the teeth. Okay, now to do a little dimensional shading here, gonna go back into that. Just again, angle brush that I really don't care about messing up with this makeup here. Tap it off, little tap on the napkin here, and go just into the tops of those teeth there and get some shading done. Bottom's looking pretty good. Do the same thing along the top row. Okay, so now that the shading is done, taking a super small fine detail brush, we're gonna dip into a little bit more of that paint and attempt to use that to add some details right over the teeth. Very small fine line details through here. Eyeliner, that probably would have been even better, but of course I don't have a white eyeliner, so anything less would be uncivilized. So moving along to the next step. Okay, so using the same NYX liquid liner that I used for the mouth, I'm going to use that to do Jack's nostrils. Now, it's not the way a normal skull would look. It looks like more like two dark triangles and like a very contoured nose going on in the center there. I'm gonna do my best here to do a like rounded off triangle, so I'm gonna start from here. Okay, so here it is, finished look. That's what I was able to do. Several things I would do differently in the future. Think about your hair beforehand. Like I said, I totally blanked on that, didn't even consider it. So I ended up using dry shampoo just to turn my hair white for this. I would not recommend that at all. The stuff flakes every freaking where. It gets all over. Everyone wipes up pretty easily, but it's just annoying to deal with. If you have to deal with your hair, slick it back as much as you can and get one of those colored sprays from the, you know, Halloween shops or from Walmart or whatever. They're like $1, $2. Also, I would have chosen a different paint if I had known that this particular paint was going to suck so bad. I definitely would have chosen a different paint so that I could be able to work on top of it and layer it and not peel it up as I was working, because once it dries, it doesn't want you touching it. So I would have chosen a better paint. What else would I have done differently? You know, the eye shape I would have done differently. I would have gone more for the teardrop shape. And here is a quick reference photo for what was going on. I'm trying not to get, there we go. What are we thinking? Huh? Twins? Separated at birth? No? But I would have gone for more of that swooped shape he's got going on, which I was actually trying to do. Not so much of this just like speech bubble thing we've got going on here, but otherwise I am happy with it. I didn't even think I would get it to look this good. I'm surprised. Again, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not an artist of any kind. I don't normally, do things like this. But I loved to try. I had so much fun doing this. And again, you see what you are capable of. Maybe next time I can try to push myself a little bit more. But drop me a comment and tell me what you think. If there's any ideas you would have had, anything you would have done differently, any tips or tricks, please drop them down below. I would like to get at least one more video out like this before Halloween is upon us. So that is all that I have for you today. If there are any questions that I could possibly answer for you about this, please leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you haven't already, please comment, rate, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You all have an amazing rest of the week and wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.